Yo, what is up, guys? And with the release of chapter 1030 of One Piece, we are back once again to talk about more of that One Piece. You already know what's going on, man. But in this video, we're gonna be talking about how Luffy, he's already awakened. Now, process in my mind for this is that after chapter 1030, we learned, as we already know, Law and Kid are awakened. And now I'm wondering, wait, if they're awakened already, what if Luffy's already awakened? I mean, we got no hint to their awakening before this, but suddenly they're awakened? What if Luffy's already awakened? You know what I'm saying? So that's what we will be talking about today. But before we get into the video, if you guys like this content, make sure to drop a like and subscribe and turn on post notifications to get more of this content sent to your feed. You know what I'm saying? So to reiterate my point that I made in the intro, Kid and Law finally showcased their awakenings during this chapter. But that's the thing, they showcased it. They didn't unlock it, they showcased it, which means they had it before. We could even look at the panel. Kid says, "Hey Law, can you awaken your ability?" And Law says, "I'm not used to it yet. I'd only use it if I were near death. It burns too much energy to use in a real battle." And Kid says, "Mine's the same, but we're not getting anywhere like this." And then we go into the rest of the fight with Big Mom. Now, the most important part of this is the fact that Law already had this awakening and what he said about him only using it if he was near death. So let's go back in time towards Dressrosa. In the Law and Doflamingo fight, Law never used his awakening. Not a single time. And even if he wasn't near death at that point, he was willing to die. He was actually planning to die right then and there to kill Doflamingo. So why wouldn't he use his awakening right there? And if he didn't use it there, that means that he didn't have it there. So as we know, the span of time between Dressrosa and Wano is around a month or two. So Law had to unlock it in that span of time. And what, did he unlock it against his fight with Hawkins? Because he didn't fight anyone significant. That's the whole point of, powering up. In One Piece, you have to fight someone significant. In that fight, you'll have your power up. Or at least that is what we've seen with Haki. But that is not the same with Devil Fruits. And a perfect example of this is back in Water 7 when Luffy unlocked second gear and third gear. But I worded that wrong right there. He didn't unlock it. He actually trained for it. On the, train ride, he was like, yo, CP9, they have the Zoro, the shit that makes him really fast. And Luffy couldn't do anything about it, so he created second gear, which made him faster. He created third gear, which inflated his limbs and gave him the arm of a giant. You see, and these are all examples of Devil Fruit mastery. For a long time, people have thought that in order to get your awakening, you've had to have your Devil Fruit for, 10 plus years. It's a time thing. Or that you have to unlock it in a fight with someone. For example, Aokiji versus Akainu. People think that that is when they unlock their awakenings, but maybe they already had their awakenings before that. It's just that they finally used them over there, just like Law and Kid. They trained for their awakenings. They didn't just suddenly unlock them like you normally do with Haki, a Haki bloom. Awakening is what we call Devil Fruit mastery. And that is why I think Luffy has already gotten his awakening in the form of the gears. Second gear, third gear, and fourth gear. Because as we've seen, he is probably one of the best, utilizers of a Devil Fruit that we've ever seen in One Piece. He might even be the best, you know what I'm saying? Because he takes this Gamu Gamu no Mi, this normally garbage fruit that, if you were a freak, you know what they would do with it for real. But that's all that you could see the Devil Fruit to be utilized for. But Luffy has turned this into something deadly. He turned it into a powerful weapon. And that's why even at a young age like this, even at a young age of 19 that Luffy is, he's already unlocked his awakening. Now, something that people might say against this argument of mine is that, the gears don't affect the environment. We've seen Akainu, Aokiji, Dofi, Cat, awakenings all affect the environment. And Dofi and Cat were paramecias just like Luffy. But we've also seen that the Zoan guards at Impel Down are awakened. And they don't affect the environment. They just get a stat boost. They get a stat boost for every stat, strength, speed, agility, you know what I'm saying? And some people will just make a rebuttal to this, saying that, the zones, they're animals. Animals aren't even supposed to do that. It's not a, power such as, turning your body into rubber or making strings, is just turning into an animal. Animals can't affect the environment, so it makes sense that they can't change the environment. But just because we've seen Cat and Dofi, who are both paramecias, utilize their awakenings like this, doesn't mean that all paramecias are bound to the affecting the environment awakenings. Because paramecia fruits, they really are just the fruits that aren't Logia and Zone. They're just the etc., the leftovers, you know what I'm saying? Of course, they can be good, but, they don't fit into those categories. So they just put them in the paramecia category. So some fruits might be more on the Logia type end or on the Zone type end. You know what I'm saying? So with Dofi, he can create strings. He can become strings. I mean, his body is made out of strings, you know what I'm saying? And then with Cat, he's a special paramecia. He's basically a Logia for real, but, he's not an element. I don't think Mochi is an element for real, but I don't know. Maybe One Piece it will be, Wait, on Whole Cake it's an element. Nah, bro, I gotta chill. It is though. Stop playing with me. Now, the final thing that I'll speculate on in this video is that, is Gear 4th his final, ability of his awakening? For me, I think not, I think there will be a Gear 5th, but it's not gonna be anything stupid like, manipulating the environment, the rubber world shit. That shit's dumb as fuck, you know what I'm saying? Like, come on, bro. Y'all really want Luffy to have a bounce house? What? What did you say? A bounce house? Like, what the fuck, bro? Nah, but for real though, that shit dumb as fuck, yeah. But in my opinion, Gear 5th won't just be, purely an awakening. It'll be, Conquer's coding mixed with the awakening, mixed with some other, cool ability that Luffy can find out with his Devil Fruit. Maybe, the molding his skin into like different shapes, so like he can make his hand an axe, or can make his hand a sword. World's strongest swordsman, Luffy. It's on the way, you know what I'm saying? But anyways, I hope you guys enjoyed this video. I enjoyed making it. And before you leave, if you want to drop a like and subscribe, I'd really appreciate it. Turn on post notifications and leave your thoughts on awakenings in the comments down below. Like, when you think we'll get the answer to them. I personally think that it'll happen when we meet Vegapunk, but it's all up to Oda at the end of the day. But anyways, it has been your boy, Big Speed, signing out.